Hey guys, I'm Dee Harris. Welcome to another episode of Hanging Out with Dee. And today I'm hanging out with the fantastic Stephanie Schneiderman. She's a business owner, a mom, a wife, and she has an incredible story. Whenever I think of you, I always think of that saying that tough times don't last, but tough people do. You know, you've been through a lot and you're still standing.
I'm still standing.
Right?
That's correct.
So I want my friends at home to hear about your story. So did you always want to do biscotti?
The truth is, a few years ago, not in a million years did I ever think I would be a baker and do biscotti for a living.
Never.
Never. You know, it all sort of happened serendipitously.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love it now, but
Yeah.
I never, ever thought this would be something it was never in my head.
Yeah. So this is like a second career for you,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go back in time. Where did you go to school and all that good stuff?
I grew up and went to school in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Went away to college in California for a couple of years, and then North Carolina for a couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
and got my undergraduate in North Carolina at in speech pathology and audiology,
Yeah.
and then went to American University in Washington, D.C. and got a degree in special education, specializing in learning disabilities.
Mm-hmm. And you said your mom encouraged you to do that, and that you actually had done photography first, right?
When I went to California, I was studying photography,
Yes.
and I just wasn't good enough for that. So my mom, I really always wanted to be a teacher.
Yes.
But my mom at the time didn't think it was the best career for me. So she
Yeah.
talked me into speech pathology,
Yeah.
which I did, which I hated. And as soon as I was done with that and got my degree, I went back to teaching.
You went to where your passion
I went the way I
was.
wanted, and
Absolutely.
she finally
She
came
got-
around and
yeah.
realized that that really was what
Yeah,
I
that was-
excelled at.
Yes, yes, yes.
I loved teaching.
Yeah, and you taught for 20 years.
20-some years.
What did you love most about teaching?
I loved the variety of kids that I had.
Yeah.
Because I taught special education, learning disabilities at the middle school level.
Yes.
I had kids of all learning styles.
Mm-hmm.
They all learned in different ways, and so it was like showtime every day.
Yes.
I got on
Yes.
stage and I had to do a little show, and they
Yes.
were part of the scene, and
Yes.
I had to do a lot of things several different ways.
So there was never a boring day for you?
Never a boring day.
Yeah, yeah, I
Wonderful
get that.
kids.
What's your favorite memory as a teacher?
My favorite memory is a student of mine who was a ballet dancer, had a really tough time memorizing multiplication facts.
Yeah.
So we turned them into dance steps. And we were dancing down the hallway,
Oh my
the
goodness.
multiplication facts, and she actually finally learned them, memorized them.
Fantastic.
But it was
Fantastic.
fun. People were like, what's
Yes.
that? What is she doing?
But she learned it.
Yes, she did.
And that speaks to your passion for making sure that your kids learned.
Something.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I just liked it. I liked being creative.
Yes, that's
I like
wonderful.
thinking about different ways. And the school that I taught at that time really allowed their teachers
To
do
yeah.
whatever needed to be done to teach kids. It was special.
I think that's the true meaning of No Child Left Behind, right?
Right.
I love that. So you went through some tough times, even a plane crash, and you're still here.
And I'm still here.
Talk about the loss of your hearing as an adult. When did that happen?
I started losing my hearing. Well, first I should tell you that I taught the deaf for a number of
Yes.
years back when I was in undergraduate school, right after I finished speech pathology before I went to graduate school. I taught the deaf. And then ironically, around the time I was 30, I started losing my hearing.
My goodness.
And it was partially genetic. My mom started losing her hearing early.
Okay.
And partially too many rock concerts.
Is
Since
that
your
really
mom's.
true? Is it true though? The
It
loud
was
music?
too loud, and
Really?
that was some of the damage was done that way as well.
Yes.
So I started losing my hearing.
Yes.
And now I'm hard of hearing, bilateral hearing aids. But,
Yeah.
I get by.
So how did you know that things were going wrong with your hearing?
Oh, I knew when I said what
Yeah.
20,000 times
It's like, what
in a
did
day.
you say? What? What? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And I knew. And I knew from my mom's experience. And then when I couldn't understand my daughter, when she started talking,
It sounded like garble.
it just sounded like garble, and I just knew I had to get the hearing aids, and that's when I did.
And you're still here?
And I'm still here, and she's still here.
Yes. Oh my gosh, she survived everything. Yes, and you have a love for horses.
I do. I did. I rode for a number of years, but unfortunately, that chapter of my life is over. I fell and broke my back and can no longer ride, which is sort of how I ended up doing Biscotti.
Yes.
So, but
so
I do
what
love
happened?
them.
You were riding, and then what happened?
I went off intentionally due to the circumstances. It was my call.
Yeah.
I fell weird,
Yeah.
broke my back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky to be walking. I'm happy to be walking.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not running, but
you're walking, and you're a business owner, and you're
Yeah.
putting one foot in front of each other every day.
I went back. I'd gone back to school to study something else because I couldn't get a teaching job.
Yeah.
And I broke my back, couldn't do the program, and my friends said, start a Biscotti business, start a
Yes.
Biscotti business. I told them they were out of their minds.
But you used to make biscotti for them for Christmas.
That's right. I used to make it only at the holidays.
And used to give them away.
And I'd give it away.
Yeah.
And it was the only thing I baked.
Yeah.
And they just kept at me, make it, make it, make it, or sell it, sell it, sell it.
Yeah.
And I finally thought, okay, well, we'll try. And
now?
I did it, and it worked. And now, 3 years later, my business is continuing to grow.
Yes, and your stuff was even at the Emmys, right?
Yep. Oh,
was
yes.
a part
I
of
got
the
to go
gift
to
bag.
the Emmys.
Yeah.
I got to go to a premier gifting suite and give out little boxes of samples to celebrities for their swag bags.
Yes.
That was really exciting.
Yeah, very cool.
It was cool.
Very cool.
They found me through my Facebook page. Who would think?
Yes.
So it was really a treat. I thought it was a scam when I first read the email.
You were like,
I'm
what?
like, what? Can't be. But I did my homework, and it was the real thing.
Yes.
And I went and had just an awesome time.
Yeah, that's an unforgettable moment.
Unforgettable.
Yeah. And then another thing that you went through was the loss of both your parents.
Yeah. I lost both my parents in the 1999 Air Egypt flight that went down.
Mm-hmm.
That was a shock and a very obviously difficult
Yes.
time. A couple of years, actually, it took to kind of work through that.
Yes.
But that's what I was able. I was the settlement that came from that is what allowed me to start my business.
Yeah, and I think that's very beautiful. It's
So
like your
in the
parents,
sense-
they're
right,
with you.
they're with
through
me in it.
everything. They're still here.
It was very difficult. It's not something you can really express.
Yeah. Sorry for
But
your
I'm
loss.
still here.
You're
and
still
I keep
here.
going.
You're a
And
survivor.
it's always something with me. I
You're a
never know.
survivor. You're a survivor. You've
I try and
reinvented
be.
yourself. You've gone through hell and back, and you're still here and smiling.
I try.
Yes. So lots of
Try and
respect.
keep a positive attitude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wonderful story, Stephanie.
Thank you.
All right, guys, it's time for Dee's Life Questions. All right, Stephanie, what do you know for sure?
That I don't know anything for sure. That's what I know.
Good answer.
Because every day it's different, and every day I might think something is going to be some way, and it's not
Yes.
that way.
Yes.
And I just never really know what's going to come day to day. So I don't really know anything for sure, other than I'm here, I'm walking, I have a lovely family,
Absolutely.
and beyond that, I live it day to day.
And that whatever you go through, you'll still stand.
That I will still
That's what I know about
keep
Stephanie
moving.
Schneiderman for sure. She still stands. Oh my goodness. What is spirituality for you?
Spirituality is love. It's just
Yes.
everything all around you, and knowing that there's another level of emotion out there, or of feeling, and that spirituality is just everywhere. It's just
Yes.
everything. And
Yes.
it's all kind of comes together with love.
Yeah, that's powerful. Love is spirituality.
You know, I can't, I'm not a religious person,
Yeah.
so I don't think of it in that way.
Yes.
But I believe that there is more to what is seen, more than what is
Absolutely.
physical and seen out there.
That is absolute spirituality, knowing that there's something else, and there's clearly with your own life.
Right.
There's definite order to your life.
Yeah, there is, and there's just more out there. I know that the way things have happened for me,
Absolutely.
I don't want to say it was a plan, but there was something guiding.
There's some order.
always been something guiding my life.
Absolutely, absolutely, for sure. And what makes you put one foot in front of the other every day with what you've been through?
My family.
Yeah.
My child, my daughter, who's 18 now. She's not
What's
a
her
child
name?
anymore.
Yeah.
And
What's her name?
Her name is Hannah.
Shout out to Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
And what about your husband?
My husband, Richard, he's
Shout out to
good guy.
Richard. He's a good guy, right?
they really keep me going. And,
Yeah.
and my sister, which is really the only family on my mom's side.
That's left. And what's her name?
Terry, and she's
Shout out to
in Connecticut
Terry.
Also.
Yes.
They, the family. That's what keeps me going, and
Yes.
knowing that it's really what kept my head above water when I lost my parents.
Yes.
And what keeps me going day to day is
Yes.
knowing that they're there, they're supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be supportive of them.
Mm-hmm. Very, very important stuff. Very, 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 very important stuff. Have you had any mentors in your life or people who have like guided you through, or books or music or anything that has kept you or helped you to be who you are?
My mom, particularly. We were very close.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of wisdom. She was smarter than a lot of people that I know. And she always knew what to do and what to say. And while I didn't always appreciate it as a youngster, as I got older, I began to realize how much she actually knew. And once she was gone, I realized, oh my God, she's not there anymore. Where am I going to learn and find out from? So she's really the biggest person who was a mentor in my life.
In your life. Do you remember any of the things that she said?
One of the things that she said, and this isn't really so much a mentoring thing,
Yeah.
but she always would tell me, when you look up at the sky and there are clouds, dark clouds, and the edges, the sun is kind of shining around and making the edges really silvery.
Yes.
She always told me that that's the silver lining we look for. That's the cloud silver lining, is that little bright, shiny edge around the dark clouds. And it just always stuck with me.
That's powerful stuff.
And so at any time I see that, I always...
You remember her.
Always.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And we've all been through tough stuff in our life. And that's definitely something I'll remember from what your mom said.
It's important to know that there is a silver lining to every cloud, and you can actually see it sometimes.
Yes, that's really cool stuff. Okay, guys, it's time for I Don't Like That, Mom. All right, Stephanie, what gets on your last nerve?
Mean people.
Yes.
Mean people. Mean people, disrespectful people, rude people. I try and live every day of my life. I try and give back a little. I try and do something nice. I try and remember that there are people who are worse off than me.
Yes.
And people who are not that way and don't think that way really irk me. They can't see
the lack of sensitivity.
Lack of emotion for other people. Just not realizing that there's more beyond themselves in life.
Absolutely.
It really irks.
That irks me as well. We don't like that, Mom.
No, we don't like that.
And another thing you said you hated was when people tell you that you can't do something.
Oh, yeah. If people tell me I can't do something, I don't like that very much either. Which is part of what makes my business go.
Yes. Yeah.
As me telling myself
that you can't.
It would never happen. And I've made it happen.
Absolutely.
So, I don't like to be told no.
Yeah.
That you can't do that.
Yeah. We don't like that, Mom. All right, guys. Now we are going to, now we're going to go to What in the World? What in the world? Stephanie Schneiderman, tell me something.
Well, what in the world is my business? I mean, who would have thought Biscotti?
Yes.
That you could build a whole business on just Biscotti.
Yes.
And it really wasn't until people started to say to me, cupcakes made it, that I began to think, oh, yeah.
Why not Biscotti?
Why not Biscotti?
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's happening. I do, a lot of my business is corporate gifting and restaurants, and they love it, and they're happy to buy it. And then there are plenty of people who buy it for all kinds of occasions.
Yeah, Christmas
and it just
or
amazes
whatever.
me. I really never in a million years thought my business would last.
And look
it's
what
still
you're
growing.
doing now. Look what you're
That's
doing now.
the biggest surprise to me.
What in the world? So you have like a lot of people who do it for corporate
I do.
giveaways for their
I do.
clients and stuff.
I'd say a large portion of my business is corporate gifting. I'll do labels for them. I do, when you see the boxes, you can see
we'll
that.
see it later.
I match all the wrappings inside as
Yeah.
a beautiful gift,
Yeah.
ready-made gift, ready
What
for gifting.
in the world? High
Who would
five,
have thought?
Steph.
Actually, my friends thought that's who.
Yeah, they believed in you.
They did.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Awesome.
believed it could work.
And here you are. All right, guys. We're going to move on to a cool video, after which we'll see Stephanie show us how she makes her magic. Check it out. That is too funny. That was a funny video. All right, so now Stephanie is going to talk to us about what's biscotti. What is it?
Well, biscotti is an Italian-made cookie, or an Italian cookie, and it is twice baked, which is what biscotti means.
Yeah.
I bake it in a loaf first. I mix all the stuff and then put it into a loaf, roll it out.
And what are the ingredients? Obviously flour.
There's flour, there's no oil, there's no dairy, but there are eggs, rising ingredients, and then flavorings. And that's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Cool.
And once it's baked in the loaf, I then take it out, let it cool down, and then I slice it, into in diagonal shapes.
Yeah.
And then these slices go on a pan and get baked again.
Okay, and so that's where the whole idea of twice
baked comes
from.
Correct.
And what degree do you bake it at for the first time?
I bake them all at 350.
350. Okay, both times.
All the time.
And how many flavors do you have? Like
I
a gazillion?
have, no, I have around 16, but some of them are holiday flavors that I just do now. I do a peppermint bark, I do a maple pecan and pumpkin just during the holiday season.
Yeah.
The rest of the year, I don't do them. I have other standards.
Yeah, that you do.
Yeah.
Yummy. All right, so tell us what we have over here.
Well, what I have over here are some of the boxes that I have done for different corporate groups.
Yeah.
This one is a life coach, a media guy, and the last one is Live Nation, which is a concert promoter.
Yeah.
And I do the labels for them. I do all the wrappings. I match them to go, and I ship them out. I ship all over the country. Biscotti ships great. It's wonderful.
And you were saying it lasts really long.
It really lasts a long time. The thing about biscotti is it was first developed for the Roman legions who were traveling to war either by ship or by land. They needed a life substance that would keep.
Yes.
So they would bake it, and at that time it had no flavorings. It really was tasteless, but they would bake it and rebake it so that it was so dry, it was light to carry, and it was basically mildew resistant.
Got it.
So it was especially good for the seafarers.
Yes.
And then nobody kind of bothered with it for a long time, and after the fall of the Roman Empire, a Tuscany baker decided to play with it and started adding fun ingredients to it to make them sweet, and they slowly became a well-known treat.
Yeah, that is a really cool story.
It is kind of cool.
Very, very cool.
And today, you know, you can find them in any flavors. Some of my flavors are my own, I made up, and some are just flavors that I've found on websites or online that I've adapted the recipes so that they're my own. And this is how my box looks.
Yes.
And this box is for you.
Gracias. Thank you so much. So you want me to open it?
I want you to open it.
And show my friends what you gave me?
Of course.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right, there it is.
This is what it looks like when you open it up. And everything is poly wrapped.
Yes.
And for you?
What do you want me to try? The peppermint one? Or which one?
I didn't seal it. I just put one of those on it. Well, I'm going to let you reach in. The peppermint ones are sealed separately because if I don't, you end up having everything taste like
that. All right, so let's do another one. All right, guys.
So this is the cranberry pistachio, which is my favorite, and won second prize at the Bethlehem Fair, not this year, but last year.
Hello. And you were Newtown's
I
won an award.
2013, I won the best new business in Newtown.
Hello, girl.
So this
is very delicious, guys. And you were saying you could have this with wine as well, not just tea,
is wonderful.
Coffee.
Tea, coffee. The peppermint ones that I make are really yummy in any kind of hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So, and I tell little kids, little kids love it. And babies love the...
Oh, it's good when they're teething.
Teething, right.
Oh, yes. I remember those days.
I save the ends, the end pieces, after they're baked. And at the farmer's market, I give them to the little babies that are teething, to their moms.
That is so cool.
Because they're so cute.
Yeah, it's good for their gums. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're awesome. You're a survivor. You've reinvented yourself so many times.
Try.
And you're sweetening the world with your delicious biscotti.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope everybody tries it, and I hope you like it.
I definitely like it.
It's enough for everybody. For all the crew.
Yes, thank you. All right, guys, you know where to find us on Facebook, Hanging Out with Dee. Be kind to someone. See you next time.
Bye.